This is a Willets Point Shea Stadium bound 7 express train. The next and last stop is Willets Point, Shea Stadium.
Said bullpen needs some pieces. I believe Matt Moore, Phil Maton are two arms that could be pretty good for a low cost. Where do you see the Mets right now? Are they handling the bullpen the same way they are kind of looking at the rest of the offseason with free agents? Are they going to handle it the same way with the starting pitching as well?
My understanding from just talking with people, having some conversations, I would imagine that the Mets will continue to kind of go the route that they've been going so far. And that doesn't rule them out from making a bigger signing for the bullpen. That's a possibility. Somebody like a more established, maybe eighth inning guy in a traditional sense. That's kind of what I'm getting at there by saying bigger signing. But I wouldn't necessarily also, put my name next to that and say it's happening. But if it does happen, I would suggest that it comes later and it comes after they take care of some other priorities first. And as far as that question goes that mentioned, Phil Maton and whoever else, those guys actually may be a little bit more expensive than you think, especially in the case of Maton, who probably will command a multi-year deal as a reliever. This is somebody who's a little bit younger than some of these other relievers, so he may be a little bit more expensive than you think, and he's pretty good. So he's up there. I like him a lot personally. If I was building a team that I was trying to win a World Series or make a deep playoff run, I like that guy. He does things differently. But that sort of also hits on what the Mets are trying to do here. They're trying to build some depth, and they're trying to give themselves a lot of options. Maybe a couple of these guys will hit in a major way. And they're trying to give some different looks out there and offer guys from their bullpen who are doing things a little bit differently, whether it's pitch repertoire or velocity or whatever it is. They want different looks out there, arm angle, you name it. They want to be different. They want their guys to be different, one through whatever. And, a lot of the good teams will have at least one or two guys pop from their bullpen seemingly out of nowhere. We see that with all the successful teams year in, year out, whether it's the Astros or whoever, right? We look up, it's July, it's August, and we see somebody in their bullpen who has like these sparkling numbers. We've never heard of them before, or maybe we heard about them 5 years ago from the amateur draft, and we never heard about them ever since. And suddenly they're fixed and it's great and whatever. That happens for the successful teams, right? And David Stearns actually has a pretty good track record of that occurring under his watch with Milwaukee and utilizing their resources and their pitching lab and all that stuff, which now the Mets have as well. So we'll see. It's easy to say that right now, but they need one of those guys to actually develop that way, right? That's what makes this something that is worthwhile as an endeavor. So we'll see. I don't necessarily, like I said, will bet on them getting somebody who's like a high caliber reliever, but it's definitely a possibility for sure.